Senator Bennett.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you and the ranking member for having the hearing. And Madam Chairman, it's nice to see you again. Thank you for your service. You know, I've actually lived this as a former school superintendent. I've seen the huge importance of money market funds to school districts and to municipalities, both for cash management but also for financing. And I also saw the challenges that arise when there is a run, and it's hair-raising. But I think we need to be really cautious about this because I think the costs are potentially very real and very large for municipalities, for school districts, for local government. And there's been a lot of general talk about that today. I wonder, have you done specific analysis yet on the potential costs to these local governments?
Excuse me, our release will talk about, to the extent we have data on the potential costs to municipalities and state issuers, as well as on them and their capacity as using these vehicles for cash management. But we will also seek additional data and input on those very issues. We recognize this is not a costless proposition by any means, but I spent time with a number of members from Colorado in particular, but other states, after Reserve broke the buck, and I was brand new at the SEC, frantic because their local governments could not access their accounts at Reserve.
I was there, and I know it, and so I, having lived it, I've seen it, and still I'm deeply worried about the unintended consequences that might arise here, because what I know in our case is that the financing we were able to do dramatically improved the conditions for kids in the Denver public schools who, for the first time actually in our history, are seeing resources added back to their classrooms while districts around us are having to cut back. And had the transaction not been one that we could have done, that wouldn't be the case today. So I guess my plea is one for, as you go forward, is one for precision and for paying very close attention to what effect this might have on liquidity at the local level. Not for the municipalities themselves, not for the school districts for themselves, but for the people that we serve in those places.
Absolutely. We recognize that these are incredibly valuable tools, and our goal is to make them stronger and better able to withstand.
And I wanted to add